the Moors. Do we need to unite with Moors?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Can't tell us why.
Look, man, these Moors, and again, I do recognize that there are different sects of Moors. You feel me? There's the Moors who believe M-U-U-R, Mur, that they're like from some island, that Pangea type of island that was from way long time ago. They're the original Americans and all that stuff, those Moors. And then you have the other Moors who wear the red Kool-Aid cups on top of their heads because they drink the Kool-Aid. Moors who, they're the ones that learn all the law books and black law dictionaries. And why you calling yourself black, brother? Black means death. You feel what I'm saying? And the Moors went to Spain and we conquered the European and all of that. So there's two types. So, you know, I would kind of deal with them separately, but I'm gonna deal with them together. But the first group that I mentioned, they're not as popular as the second group. Mm-hmm. So the issue with these Moors who believe in Atlantis and Lemuria and these islands and all of that, I don't see how that's helping us today. You understand what I'm saying? So the first group of Moors that I mentioned, there's not enough of them. They're not that popular. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't agree with them in terms of these fantastic fantasies that they believe in. You feel me? And aliens and all this type of shit. So that's why I don't agree with them. The other Moors, which are the ones that wear the red hat, the fez on top of their head, those are the ones that are into black law dictionaries and whatnot. And they believe that if we just learn the law and we throw this law to this white man's face, he's gonna get his act together. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
The issue, and they talk about these treaties they have. The major issue with these Moors is that they have not yet graduated to the understanding that you and I have, that this European is going to be what he is and do what he do regardless of what law book you can show him on a piece of paper. He don't give a fuck. Even if he wrote it or we wrote it or whoever wrote it, he violates natural laws, nature laws, quote unquote God's laws, biblical laws. He can be a Christian and violate the law tomorrow. So they have not yet graduated to the understanding that the European don't give a fuck about what's written on paper, not written on paper, what's declared by God, declared by nature. He gonna do what he do regardless. So studying all these black law dictionaries and throwing this law into this white man's face and saying, look, you said in the Constitution right here that you're gonna do X, Y, and Z. He ain't gonna honor it. He ain't gonna honor his words like a liar. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know he's a liar. So what's the point of you learning all of this, thinking that that is going to somehow change this white man's heart, which is what Black Lives Matter think too, and force him to reckon and say, well, you know what, yeah, I did say that in this treaty of XYZ, therefore I'm going to correct the situation. No. My major issue with them is that they still believe in the goodness of the European who's ruling over us. They have not yet graduated to the understanding that the European is an enemy and he doesn't care. You feel what I'm saying? He's going to do what he does because he has the power to do it, not because of what's written in the book or not written in the book or a law book or whatever, or laws on the books. So that's one of the major issues that I have with them, is because it doesn't click to them that this European is beast. You feel what I'm saying? The other issue I have with them is that this whole, we conquered Spain and we went into Spain and we had so much sex with white women because we conquered Spain, we went into Spain and we found them that they didn't know how to take baths and we taught them how to take baths, and then we had so much sex with them that we browned the Mediterranean. They was just out there cooling. They was Africa's rejects. If that happened, they left Africa, found white women, and then got their ass kicked out of Spain. You feel me? So it's just like the Moors helped Christopher Columbus navigate the ocean while he was enslaving African people. So that's another reason I can identify with a group of people who was betraying African people. With this whole Mansa Musa thing, you know, people, oh, he was the richest black man that ever existed. But did you know how many slaves this man owned? You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He carried so much gold to Egypt and Mecca that he threw off the Egyptian economy. Okay, who do you think carried that gold?
That was what I was about to say.
Think Mansa Musa carried that gold on his back? No.
Right. Who was carrying that gold on feet?
Africans, right, to carry that gold. So, and gold is heavy. So, you know, man, that's my issue with the Moors, man. They just, it's something wrong with them. And again, they're another group of people who, they're not going to ever be aggressive against this white man until every black person stops calling themselves black and adopts Moorish ideology, which is something that will never happen. So they have a trapdoor as well against fighting aggressively against white domination, because now they can say, well, you know, I ain't gonna do nothing because, you know, we not ready yet. We ain't gonna get ready until all of us recognize we not black. We really the Moors. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, which will never happen.
Right.
So you'll never have to fight the white man. You feel me? So that's my issue with them as well. They have a trapdoor out of fighting white supremacy.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm following right along because at the end of the day, as you're laying out since antiquity, they've just been treasonous people to Africans. If they were black, Hebrews, Moors, all that, you were not working. Africans were being enslaved, or even in the Bible times, all this is going on, and you didn't do nothing.
That's the same argument I tell the Hebrew Israelites, because they kind of hit you with the King James was black, right? He was a black man. The King of England, he was a black Hebrew Israelite. So then I asked him, I said, okay, so what year did King James exist? 1610. Okay, well, if King James existed in 1610, what was going on in 1610? The enslavement of African people.
Right.
And you're the King of England? And English people are enslaving African? So you basically are admitting to me that your author of your Bible, your leader, your holy man, your G homie, you feel what I'm saying, from way back yonder, was a participant in African enslavement, or he deliberately turned a blind eye to it while he had the power to stop it because he's King James, right? Look at these historical figures. When you look at Mansa Musa, or you look at King James, if you want to accept him as black, which I don't, but if you do want to accept him as black, the major question should always be, what did they do for African people?